doing? You so pretty. Yeah, you a pretty girl. Hello, Janice. You Johnny on the spot tonight, ain't you? I'm a little bit later than normal. You tell Janice hello, huh? Tell Janice hello. Hello, Carl. Yeah, don't tell him hello. Don't tell him hello. You spoiled rotten. Yeah, you spoiled rotten. How you doing tonight, Carl? You gonna go to sleep? I know it. She's a little bit spoiled. I guarantee you I'll give out before she get enough. Well, she sticks like glue to me. Been a rough day or just a long one? Yeah, you sweet. You kiss. Hey, hey, you kiss. You better give me a kiss. Yeah, it's dropping here. It's gonna be cool tomorrow. It's actually 55 here. Wow, you have been busy, Carl. You now. Well, you keep on busy, Carl. I'll take my hat off to you. And I don't wear a hat, but if I had one, I'd take it off to you. That's why young folks have kids, isn't it? Now I wear a Western hat when I'm hunting. That's about the only time. If I put a hat on, I get in trouble. I can walk in a place with a hat on, have it pulled down in my eyes, and I'll have somebody will give me a hard time in 5 minutes. Hang on just a minute. I want to see something. What is it? You come running in here for? There you go. Ooh, I hate driving in a fog. Like I say, I wear this hat when I'm hunting. That's about the only time. You can tell by the way beat up it is. That's sort of hard to come by here. What is it? The only reason I wear a hat when I'm hunting is just to keep the sun out of my eyes. What is it? Well, come on. Come on. Get up here. Come up here. Come up here. Come on. Come on. Do, 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 do. Yeah, them ladies know when to print and when not to, don't they? What are you so goosey about tonight? You talking about driving in that fog? That's one time when I was on the road that I'd pull off if I could. That's a dangerous deal if it's bad enough. Fog. Excuse me. You're a water duck, huh? That's so funny that you don't like salt water. Yeah, I couldn't help myself, Carl. I had to comment on that one. Yeah, that's one thing about Australia. Y'all got plenty of critters in the damn salt water now. Got every kind of shark in the world. Some bad jellyfish, sea snakes. That second trip I made down to Australia, we did some skin diving, and that's before I got my eardrums busted. And we had some bang stick. We got to have some shark. Yeah, he seemed pretty cool, Carl. I'm with you, Janice. The when I was a kid, we lived on the Gulf Coast. All them big, and in Texas, the Gulf Coast meant plants and smog and everything in the world. And I got all the salt water I wanted when I was a kid. Now I love rivers, but my favorite place is the mountains in the summertime. That's cute. Woo. Boy, I wish I would ever get through with this crud. I had all kind of stuff to do today, and I wound up. I'd get up and eat a little bit of something, and lay down and go back to sleep. Well, that's the way I was raised up most of the time, about 5 miles from Brazos River, which is the biggest river in Texas. Some of my best times on that river is in that kayak. We go down the river 10, 15 miles and camp up on a big old sandbar, have a couple drinks and a steak, fire. Hello, Carol Walters. How you doing, lady? Yeah. My folks didn't camp. My dad had deer hunt, but he wasn't a big fisherman or camper. I don't think we got any rain forecast. Let me look right quick. Yeah, Monday and Tuesday we got a chance. Wednesday too. I don't think it's supposed to be nothing heavy. My dad was a workaholic, and my mom too. Dad had that steel business he was getting started, and my mom would buy houses, and we'd move into them, and she'd go in and rebuild them and fancy and doll them up and flip them. Oh yeah, that'd be great. Hello, She Devil. How you doing, lady? But I have to say one thing: my folks were workers. They always took good care of us kids. Of course, we worked too. I went to work in a steel shop when I was 12. That was every day after that, all summer. I'm doing pretty good. I'm trying to get over this crud. I'm doing all right, except I just haven't got any energy. All I want to do is sleep. And, yeah, I know it. That's the reason I didn't go ahead and try to go to Ironwood. I sure wanted to. I really enjoyed that last year. Yeah. Me and my dad were just opposite. Is after I got up in that steel shop and bought half of it. Yeah, they were tough, but I'd work till midnight. That didn't bother me a bit. But I'm not going to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and go to work. I went to work at 8 o'clock. And I'd work just as long as they wanted to work. My dad was just the opposite. He'd like to go down there at 4 o'clock in the morning. And but when 5:30, 6 o'clock got there, he was going home. It was some good times back then, though, wasn't it, Janice? A lot smoother world than it is now. Yeah, you got a pretty full agenda there, Carl. You're gonna get a day off on one of these days and just not know what to do. Hello, Diane. Well, like I say, them some good memories, aren't they? My hunting and fishing really started when I came back from Vietnam. I was always ran around outside and with a BB gun or something like that out of my grandpa's farm. But when I come back from Nam, I was pretty much a loner and got off into the archery. These kids now don't know what something like that would be like. I used to eat breakfast. I'd go to my grandparents' ranch out there on the weekends. I'd get up on Saturday morning, eat breakfast, grab a pickle or something, stick in my pocket in a salt shaker, and grab a BB gun and take off. And they wouldn't see me till after dark. I could find enough fruit and pecans and stuff like that to eat to make it all day. How you feeling, Miss Carol? Maybe that's the reason I was the way I was about getting into stuff. I'd get to reading about something or somebody goes to talking about something, and it's like fishing. I got off into the fishing, bought me a couple books, read a few magazines, got started at it, and wound up competing in bass tournaments. And never could half-ass do anything. What did y'all camp in? Did y'all have a trailer or anything, Janice? Or did y'all tent camp? Well, you need to go again, Shedo. You need to take that bus and park on the side of a lake and go fishing. If I can get everything straightened out here in the next year or two, I'd like to go buy like a New Mexico fishing license and just spend a spring or summer traveling around New Mexico fishing for all the different kind of critters they got. I bet it wouldn't take long to get you cranked up. I got tickled at some of these RV sites, Janice. They got more junk that they tote around with them camping, and it's just unbelievable. And I can't believe these people give 150, 170,000 for one of them high top vans. What did you catch? Did you get a bite? Y'all were ready to go, weren't you, Janice? I bet. We were bow fishing one day. I think I told this in here the other night, but we were bow fishing one day, and the river had a straight bank. It was dirt. It was about 40 feet tall. And I was with another old boy, and he kept easing up to the edge of that thing. I told him, I said, watch this thing. That thing cave off on you. And about that time, a big section of that bank caved it off. And if I hadn't caught him by the collar and jerked him back, he'd hit that river with a ton of dirt on top of it. That guy I'm talking about, just crack. Me and him used to run around together all the time. We could get in more trouble. And he was a really good looking man. I mean, he was built up good, and what my wife used to say he's pretty. But the only trouble, some of them gals would be hitting on him until he'd start to say something. And when he started to say something, he'd be, "Hello, what are you doing?" His voice was just about like this. He had the highest voice. I'll tell you one about getting a fishing rod back. Well, he could gather more women up until he said something. He's a good guy. She Devil, a bunch of us went camping on the river, and on a guy from Mississippi and one from Florida came on. We went on about a 3-day trip, and I was fishing that afternoon and got a bite. I had rod holders on the bank. Got a bite, and he got off. I set my rod back in the rod holder. A little bit, I went down there to check, and it was gone. And I forgot to loosen the drag up on that fishing rod. Well, the next day, my buddy Daryl came in. He was down there fishing, and he caught about a 5 or 6 pound yellow cat. He said, "What kind of line do you have on?" And I told him. He said, "This fish, he got a different hook, another hook in his mouth." And we got to pulling that line up and pull my rod and reel up. He had caught that same fish within 20 yards of where he'd drug my rod off in the water. Yeah, we got it back. That was a hell of a trip. We, of course, Daryl's from Texas, and I'm from Texas, and that one guy from Mississippi. And anyway, about 10 o'clock at night, I guess, Daryl said, y'all better lock stuff down. So we got a tornado coming through here. His wife had called him. And we were just on an old sand beach on that river. And they said, well, what do we need to do? And I said, well, we're in the lowest point. It's about as good as you can get. We crawled in them tents, and that storm hit, and it came through about a quarter of a mile from us. A 90-mile-an-hour wind. And one of them guys was in a tent, and it pulled the stakes loose, and he had it zipped up. And it went to rolling him in the tent down that sandbar. Speaking of roll him off in the river, he had to take a knife and cut himself out of that tent. My tent was the only one that stayed up. The other one had set his shoes and stuff out, and they were gone. Blew the kayaks off down the river about a half a mile. And Daryl was just wrapped up in a tarp. That was a hell of a night. Them old boys from Mississippi, and after the storm was over with, I put a coffee pot on. Me and Daryl were laughing and cutting up. And them guys from Mississippi and Florida said, these damn Texans are the craziest son bitches that ever walked. So damn tornado comes through and they up there laughing, drinking coffee. But if you get into something like that, you might as well laugh about it. Yeah, that's right. And you might as well laugh about it. A little crowded, huh? Me and Daryl have had some good times on that river. Daryl's a pretty good sized old boy. He weighed about 260, I guess. Yeah, we were up on that river bank. But we were on the river bank one night fishing, sitting there in them lawn chairs. Had our boats pull up on the bank. There's a cottonmouth come swimming up. Daryl shot him with a pistol, killed him. Well, I hooked a big gar and broke a line off, and it backlashed my reel, and so I was pulling that line off, and finally got to the bottom, got the backlash fixed. Well, that line had blown down the riverbank. And Daryl, the first thing he does when he goes fishing is take his damn shoes off. He's going to go barefooted all the time. And I started rolling that line up, keeping tension on it. And like I say, we just seen that poison cottonmouth. And that line run across the top of Daryl's foot, and then I was whining. It felt like something crawled across the top of his feet. And you never seen a 260-pound man levitate. He had both feet and both hands off in the air all at the same damn time. And to this day, he swears up and down I did that on purpose, but I didn't. I laughed. I was laughing so damn hard I couldn't breathe. Well, that just made you a little tougher, didn't it, Janet? I'm just about out of kinfolk. I've got one sister that's still alive, but she's in a nursing home. She don't know what's going on. I tell you what, as much as you got in athletics, Janet, so I bet you gave them a run for their money sometime. I bet you did. I had three uncles that were big old boys and a lot older than I was, and I would say a lot older, like 10 years older. And they were always doing something to me, but payback was going to be hell. Like I say, that's good times. Me and my sister get into it, but don't mess with her because you were going to have to bump heads with me if you did. Now, me and her might argue like a cat and a dog. She told me a few years ago, said, yeah, I said, you were worse than mom and dad. Said, they'd tell me I could go out with somebody, and you said, no, you're not going out with him. So I remember one time I told you I was going to anyway, and I said, no, you're not. She said, well, how you going to stop me? I said, well, I might not be able to do anything with you, but I can promise you after I talk to that old boy, he won't be over here to pick you up. No, big brothers can be tough. Mom and dad didn't know them boys. I did. Oh, yeah. You didn't dare tell your parents that you were bored. Oh, my Lord. No. I feel sorry for these kids nowadays. They can't do half what we did. Somebody be trying to kidnap you or something. Good night, Carl. Go get you some rest, man. And tell them gals we said hello. Hello, RBDJ. Well, sure it will. It's just like a book. The more pages, the heavier it gets. How you doing, Miss Sonia? Ooh, I don't know where that came from. What's wrong, Diane? I'll keep it going for a minute. I'm gonna get something to drink. Ooh. Football, Janice? I'm not a big basketball fan, but they got a little old gal named Caitlin Clark that is turning women's basketball upside down. That gal is something else. That's the way I was, Janice. Even after I got grown, I still enjoyed some of that kind of stuff. I got off into archery tournament and was at the point that just I was within just 2 or 3 months of turning pro, and that's when I blew that thumb off, and I never could get my grip back. Sort of screwed that up. I could still shoot with the pretty big boys, but I was about 1 point, maybe 2 points off, and that's all it takes. What was your favorite sport, Johnny? My son-in-law uh, competed in a lot of that water skiing, turning damn flips and jumps and all kind of crap. Get on them water skis every day or two. It keep you in shape, won't it, Janice? Really? Yeah, I got into that pretty heavy, riding the bulls and rodeoing and training horses. Yeah, she laid down here. She's up here a while ago. You want to get up here and say hello to Carol? Okay. Yeah, over here. you looking at my hand for? You want some more petting? I believe you could rub all the hair off that dog and she wouldn't get enough. You going to sleep? You going to sleep? I guess. He's a lover and a biter. Take her outside, she gets excited, she'll jump up and bite you on the butt or on the leg or just nip you, but not to hurt. Yeah, I think whoever had her, I picked a fly swatter up the other day, and damn, she went nuts. I think somebody used to. She's a lot of company. She lays up on my shoulder. Yeah, she's a snuggle bug. I never have had a dog that had as many different personalities as she got. Well, folks, we've been on here about an hour. I guess it's about time to shut it down. See if we can go get some sleep. Hope y'all all have a good night and a good day tomorrow. Stay out of trouble, and if you get in trouble, enjoy it.